There's no doubt in my mind we are not being told all that's going on. Our government knows much more about the cause, how to mitigate it, and even the cure that they are not sharing. And I would be the first to say that churches were clustered with that funeral situation. But to say to me that those were the only clusters, and that is the origin of this in Dougherty County, not true. That same weekend, for example, we had a Snickers marathon in Albany. We had hundreds of people who came in here from around the country, even outside of this country, and they ran through this city, dropping droplets everywhere. A lot of times in crises like this, when things start happening and a particular segment of the populations gets pointed out, the majority of the community start blaming the victim. You're not practicing social distancing and you're not helping us flatten the curve. And while that is a part of it, but that's not all of it. You've got to address the condition of our community before this virus hit. You can't talk about stopping this without talking about our lack of access to health care, because I don't have health insurance. You can't talk about a total remedy unless you talk about poverty and how poverty is institutionalized. We're in Georgia. Georgia is one of those states that had the opportunity to expand health care coverage through Medicaid expansion, through other things attached to the Affordable Health Care Act, and we don't want that. A part of what we think is that somewhere there's an economic agenda that's tied to it, and we're just trying to figure out where that money trail leads. Obviously, there are some people who think it's about the 2020 election. The way that this is managed has to do with benefiting the party that's in power. So in this town, for example, when whoever it is that makes up the committee that decides the direction to go, there's not a clergy person on that committee. They want to tell us what to do to help. You don't want our input, you just want to dictate to us what goes on. And so there's been this intentional exclusion of our input and the intentional use of whatever influence we have to further your agenda. And that will not work. Our community will go forward when we continue as ministers and other leaders in the African American community and the community at large to do what we're doing. We are being independent thinkers. We are not taking our directives from people, quite frankly, that we don't trust. And so we are thinking through, praying through what is going on, and then giving people our guidance based on that. Our future is in our own hands, and we have to make different decisions.